Good morning, class. We were doing the question answers of the chapter Man Overboard. We were on the fourth question. Describe the rescue operation briefly in your own words.
Ma'am, you will not send the
We have to write
PDF.
this all questions in our copy.
Pardon?
And we have to write our all the questions in the copy.
You have to do it in your rough register. Answer
Okay.
is as soon as the captain gave out the instructions, some sailors on two lifeboats were sent out to the man. They grabbed the man in the sea and started pulling him towards the ship. However, a sudden current swept the man away, dragging two of the sailors along with him. The crew in the lifeboats then threw a strong rope to the sailors in the sea. The sailors caught the rope and tied it around the man's waist. Then finally, with strong strokes, the sailors swam back to the lifeboats with the man, and soon they all boarded the ship. Question number 5. How were the doctors planning to treat the patient? Explain. Answer. The doctors first planned to pump the water out of the man by putting him on his stomach and massaging him until he brought it all up. They then planned to give him artificial respiration and keep him warm. Question number 6. What were the doctors and nurses doing when Vasantha sneaked in the hospital room? Answer. When Vasantha sneaked into the hospital room, two nurses were scurrying to and fro with trays full of medicines and syringes. Another nurse was rushing off with the man's clothes. Question number 7. What was inside the bag? Big brown box. Did Vasantha like it? How do you know? Answer. Inside the big brown box was the most beautiful model of the ship SS Rajula. On it was inscribed BISN and Company SS Rajula. Yes, Vasantha liked it very much. We know this because as soon as she saw what was inside the box, she threw her arms around the captain, hugged him, and kissed him. She proudly showed her present to everyone she met on the ship. She felt like the happiest person on board that day. Coming to reference to context. Number 1, friends, we have just received a message from us that a storm is brewing in the Indian Ocean. I request all of you to keep calm. Do not panic. Those who are inclined to seasickness may please stay in their cabins. Thank you. Who said these words? Where were the listeners? How did they react? Answer. Captain Lindsay, the captain of SS Rajula, said these words. Next, the listeners were on board the ship SS Rajula. They were seated to have breakfast. Next, there was panic everywhere. Some people began to pray, while some started to feel seasick. Next,
Ma'am.
can I be of any help? Shall I call the doctor? Questions based on it. Who said these words and to whom? Could the listener reply? Why? See what happened next. Answers. Vasantha said these words to uncle. Second part. No, uncle could not reply because another bout of retching shook him and he leaned over the railings. Next, next a huge wave lashed at the ship. It lurched the ship violently, and uncle tumbled over the railing into the wild sea. Question number 3. You are hurting me, sir, I protested. Who said these words and to whom? B. How did the listener hurt the speaker? C. What was the listener's response to these words? Answer. Vasantha said these words to the captain, Captain Lindsay. Next, the captain hurt Vasantha by gripping her shoulder tightly in his anxiety. C. The captain apologized to Vasantha and said that he was anxious as his ship had never lost a passenger before. The sea was very rough that day, and so the captain hoped that his men could reach Uncle in time. Number 4. Please do not crowd round the man when he is brought up. He will need immediate medical care. A. Who said these words and to whom? B. What were the listeners doing? C. Why was the immediate medical care needed? Answer. The captain said these words to the passengers. B. The passengers were thronging the railings. C. Immediate medical care was needed because the man had fallen into the deep wild sea. Please switch. Question 5. Up, child. You are Vasantha, aren't you? The captain wants to see you in his cabin. Answer questions based on it. Who said these? B. Where was Vasantha? What was she doing? C. Why did the captain want to see her? Answer. A sailor said these words. B. Vasantha was in the lounge. She was sleeping on a cozy chair. C. The captain wanted to see Vasantha because he was very happy with her quick thinking and he had a surprise for her. You are requested to please go through these questions, try to answer them on your own. If you find it incapable on your part, then come back to this video and get a reference done from the answers which I have given. Even if you write in your own words, since it's a comprehension, I would definitely like that you should write in your own words and attempt all of these questions. Thank you and bye, class.